Hello, beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. Woo! So, yes, woo! So, I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. And, yeah, I'm out here in New York. How did Starlight get out there so fast? You never know where Starlight's gonna be. Here I am in my winter coat, so it's a joke. So, anyway. I love you so much. So Starlight's out here. Brrr. I'll tell you what, yesterday was beautiful. And today's beautiful too, but Starlight's already, I don't know, I think I'm getting a red nose like the Rudolph. So, Rudolph doesn't exist. So anyway, I love you so much. So, if you, I really, before I say that, make sure you're getting out in nature like Starlight is. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman. Plus, you could give my videos a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you could share my videos with your family or friends. A rabbits and a whale. Plus, don't be afraid, don't be shy. Swing by and say hi to Starlight. And you can leave me a message down below. Beep, beep, beep. And you can also check out my playlist. Plus, you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I'll tell you what, I am super cold that I'm doing this. I'm getting out of my comfort zone. Starlight's like, yeah, you're going to get out of your comfort zone today, Starlight. Okay. So here we are. And also, if there's anyone that wants to send extra love to Starlight, you can, and Starlight would appreciate that so much. And you can through Cash App, and if you don't know what that is, it's an app that you can download, and you can send money to that app, and send it to Starlight for like donations, of all the things that Starlight goes through to help you out and make videos, because I am here inspiring millions of people like you. So you could do that, and ping, there you go. There's the information on my Cash App, so that way you could send extra love to Starlight. And a big, huge thank you to all of you for loving and supporting Starlight by watching my videos, subscribing to my YouTube channel, or liking my videos, leaving me a message. And I appreciate all of you who are out here, who have been out here, and thank you to the new subscribers out there. Hello. I meet a lot of people, and most of the people on my YouTube channel is people I met. Most of them I met in person. I have been meeting a lot of people in person. Sometimes I meet people and then they tell their loved ones about my YouTube channel, and that's how they find me. So thank you to all of you new subscribers out there, and the ones that have been here helping Starlight, loving and supporting me. So I appreciate all of you. So here we go. Today's video is about get ready for that 11/11 portal. Starlight's been. I have been so ready, and don't mind Starlight. I love myself. Even I have to bundle up when it's cold like this. I don't care what I look like. It's not about the outside, it's about the inside. So I am just staying warm. That's all. I'm hot and cold. So no, I'm hot. I'm cold. I'm hot. I'm warm inside and cold outside. So anyway, I love you so much. And so right now it's about getting ready. Today's the 11/10. So you got one more day, and it's so important to be positive right now for this 11/11 portal. And so Starlight has been meditating with the 11/11 portal energy, praying for help from the archangels to stay positive. This is the time. This is the time to protect your energy. Some of you think it's a joke. Well, you can laugh. They got laugh now, cry later kind of thing. But I am so serious when it comes to these portals, and it doesn't even have to be a portal, but positivity, being positive and believing and trusting in, whatever you're dealing with in life right now. Is with this 11/11 portal, this is a very powerful energy right now going days before the 11/11. And as you get closer to the 11/11 portal day, which which is tomorrow, is that you really need to protect your energy. And I've been here before. It's so funny, and now I'm here again. But it's so important to protect your energy because, I made a video a few days ago how this lady kept on hugging me at McDonald's, and she was a sweetheart. I'm not here to say anything bad about her, but our auras were together, our auras mixed up. And before you knew it, I was acting like her, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? She was such a sweetheart. She's such a great server, and she would always check with her customers, like family, and see if they were all taken care of. And she was such a sweetheart. I wish all the places were as sweet as her. She's probably one of the sweetest people I've met for doing service, especially at a McDonald's. So anyway, is that you can, if you're around the wrong kind of people, kind of like a COVID virus, you can't see the COVID virus, right? No, you can't see it, but did any of you get sick, even though you couldn't see it? And how did you get sick? Well, you were around people, you touched things, and you picked up that virus, and you got sick. And so that's the same thing as far as like protecting your energy. Some of you still like, whatever, Starlight, hey, laugh now, cry later, because that energy is toxic. That energy is contagious. Like there's, things that are contagious like the virus. Well, I'll tell you what, toxic energy is contagious, and it spreads like a virus. Go to one it can get passed from one person to another. So if, toxic people are people that are negative, they're complaining all the time, and there's a lot of different things about the energy. So all the time you got to protect your energy. But when we go through these portals, every month is a different portal. And this is one of the most potent times right now as far as portals go. And so you got to protect yourself, because if you're around people and you don't know them, you don't know what kind of energies that they're carrying in their body, and that can get passed to you just like a virus, and you won't even know it, And I've experienced this in my past about being around people that complained a lot. I spent all the time with them. And before I knew it, I was complaining, and I was complaining. I found so many things to complain about, and I was like, why am I acting like this? And then and it dawned on me. I'm like, it's because I've been hanging out with this person. It was a family member. And, when they were down, and they will pull you down with you. And it's so important to protect your energy right now with these portals, because if you're trying to manifest things right now in your reality, in your life, and you're around negative people, well, guess what? You're going to be not trusting in the process. You're not going to really believe in what you want to manifest right now. This is time for manifestation, so I kind of late on this video for 1111 portal information, because it's so important to make these videos beforehand, so then you can prepare yourself for these portals, because putting a video out on the day of the portal is kind of too late, because that energy is already going, before the 1111 portal. So, it's so important that you think twice of the kind of people that you spend time with. And, like what kind of people are you with? Toxic people? Are you with negative energies, low vibrational people? So you got to protect your energy during this 1111 portal time right now, is especially if you want to manifest anything in your reality. And like if you have a heart's desire right now, if you want to manifest love right now, this is the time, ladies. This is the time, man, to bring love into your life, or abundance, if you want to, whatever it is that you desire, this is the time, to manifest those things through this 1111 portal. So that's why it's so important to, check with yourself, do meditations, get outside in nature like Starlight is. I'm making myself do this. This is something that goes against the grain with Starlight. Is living in New York, we definitely know what cold air feels like. And so you gotta really, these are things that you gotta do anyway, is get out of your comfort zone, go against the grain. Ooh, doesn't it hurt to go against the grain? And I've done that my whole life, going against the grain, going against, a lot of things in life. So that's a part of manifesting, is getting out of your comfort zone and, trusting in the process. You're going to have people that are going to try to pull you away from your desires and your wishes that you have in your life. So you have to be really cautious of the kind of people that you have. And what do you believe? Do you believe that you can manifest anything? I just met a beautiful people last night, and this man, I don't know I didn't get his name, but wow, he was explaining how he could just manifest anything. He's a special person, and he's one of the light workers, and it's amazing. I've been meeting a lot of like-minded people, and it's great. And how do you do this? How do you meet like-minded people? Well, you got to get out of your comfort zone. That's one of them, You got to get out there and do what I'm doing. It's not easy. People think I'm having fun. I'll tell you what, I got to have balance. Having fun is great, but I'll tell you what, it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Just because I make videos and I look like I'm happy and all that, and I am happy, but you don't see what's going on behind the scenes. You don't see the struggles that I deal with almost on an everyday basis, of challenges and things that I have to go through and grow through, So it's not all fun and games out here, no. But I am really, even though, wow, it's funny, that side was windy. The sun is over there, and it was really windy, and over here is all the shade, and it's not windy. It's funny. So Starlight pays attention to these kind of things. Now, only if the sun was on this side, this side would be warm. But this side is warmer than that side. But so yeah, you have to really think about the kind of people. What are you doing? Are you wanting to manifest things, but you're doubting, that those things are going to happen? Well, then it's not going to happen. I'm telling you. There's times, and I have to do this, is I have to ask for help. Boy, does that humble your ass. I got to ask for help. I got to, what? A lot of times when I ask for help, I'm crying. I'm like, please help me. So you might see me on my videos, but you don't see, what it's like when, even if I mess up and I don't do things the way God doesn't want me to beat myself up. God doesn't want you to beat yourself up, so don't expect to be perfect, because it's not going to happen, but do the best that you can do. But if you want to manifest stuff right now, man, it's a good, I spend a lot of time alone with myself, but when it comes to portals, like a 10-10 portal, 11-11 portal, those are even more important times to actually really protect yourself and get alone and go within. Meditations are so important, to clear out negative energies. And I had to do that a lot 2 days ago. Wow. Because the archangels were letting me know, hey, Starlight, and it's because I was getting in contact with a lot of people I didn't know. I don't know where they go. I don't know what the kind of people they hang out with. Just like the virus, when the COVID virus, I had people that didn't believe in cleaning their hands, during COVID. I was always cleaning my hands, because your hands are going to go in your mouth eventually, and that is how you can get sick. So you really got to protect your energy. Hello. And so it's so important that you be mindful of the kind of people and keep trusting, that manifestation is going to be here right now. Act like it's already here. And meditations, there's 11-11 portal guided meditations, and I did I've been doing that for days, and there was a full moon. So you got the full moon that was before this 11:11 portal. So it's a very potent time right now. So you got to be mindful of the kind of thoughts that go in your head, and the kind of emotions, because God notices all of it. God knows how you're feeling, and you might not even be aware. And so I'm so grateful that the archangels gave me a sign, a number, to give me a message to let me know, hey, Starlight. And boom, I've been getting the 11:11 now. Like today I got the 11:11. So it's really amazing if you start seeing the 11:11 number anywhere you go right now near the 11:11 portal time. That's you. What were you thinking at the time that you seen 11:11? Were you thinking something positive? Were you thinking about what you want to manifest in this reality? So those are what you got to pay attention when you see numbers. What were you thinking at that time when that number popped up? So really protect yourself and your energy and your thoughts, and you can manifest anything you desire in your life. But do you think you're worthy enough to bring those in? And that's where there's a lot of people, they might have been programmed to believe that they're not worthy enough for that. And that's where you got to deprogram yourself, and it does take time. You got to let go of those old belief system, those old patterns, and that's what they've done, throughout life. We've been programmed, to believe it the way we are. And that's why we got to let go of those old self-limiting beliefs, those old versions of ourselves that think that we're not worthy enough to have abundance flowing in our life, not trusting. Today I went and I did something, and I'm like, you know what? I had the 888. I parked at a gas station this morning to get my coffee, and where I didn't know, I just parked into the parking spot. And as I pulled up, there's a van on the one side, a business van, and the first part of I'm not actually, let me think of how I'm going to say that, but he had number 888 on his vehicle. And then before I knew it, another vehicle pulled up on the other side of me, and 888 pulled up, another number on two different companies. I'm like, wow, how is this possible? I go in the bathroom, 888, wow, 777, pew, 1111, pew. And then other numbers that, is letting me know that I'm on the right path, I'm right where I belong. And so, this builds up your confidence. You got to keep on staying that like that, on this, during this time, and you got to check those numbers out. I've been finding money everywhere. I'm like, money is flowing into my life. I am a money magnet, and when you say these things, you got to believe it. You got to act like it. You got to feel it. And that is what I've been doing for these days here during this time of this 11:11 portal. So anyway, I do love you all. So it's really important. You might think, I didn't understand this. I was listening to portal videos long time ago, and energy activation stuff. And at first I was like, what is this stuff? I never heard of this stuff. But I didn't like act like it wasn't real. I heard a long time ago that there's power in the moon. My brother told me a lot of stuff. My brother taught me a lot of stuff, and I really didn't know what to think of him, what he was saying, because he wasn't always an honest person, but he did know what he was talking about on a lot of things, so it is amazing that these portals are real, that even eclipses and sun flares and the moon, they all have power, and these portals have power. And I've been testing these portals and the stuff for a long time. The full moon that has power. So you gotta, if you don't believe it and you're like, it takes time. Just because you don't understand it right now, it doesn't mean that it isn't real. And that's where some people, they're like, they're quick to just say it isn't real. And they didn't test it out long enough. There's times that you gotta sit with it and until you understand it, and then there's other people that they're just not gonna get it. So anyway, I love you so much. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can leave me a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you could share my videos with your family. A wild pig and some wild turkeys. Plus, you could check out my playlist and find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So it's been a pleasure. If I met you recently, it has been a pleasure. The people that I met yesterday, hello. Hello, Autumn, you know, I remember her name. So I love you all. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.